Hello, friends. Welcome to another Page Turning Tuesdays with Tom. We're on a chapter where my dad is visiting for the first time. We're into a new year. Happy New Year. I got some new designer frames from a really exclusive boutique called the Dalasta. Maybe you've heard of it. Huh? So my dad's come to visit for the first time, or actually second time. We didn't see him the first time he came to San Francisco. Let's jump right in. My sisters are too busy tickle fighting our father to notice me. He smiles at me and says hi while he's playing with the girls. After living with John, I didn't know grown men were capable of having fun with kids. The contrast makes me nervous and my guard is still up just in case he does try to kidnap us. I walk behind everyone on the way to his rental car and consider making a run for it. He's unable to find reverse. I'm embarrassed for him. He thinks it's funny. Then he has a short but intense panic attack. My wallet! It's gone! I lost my wallet! It's on the dashboard, says Shelley, laughing. Oh, thank you. By the way, I'm an excellent driver, he says, then proceeds to conduct a 12-point turn before pulling into traffic. I can't tell if he's acting funny to entertain us or if he's really just a giant dork. Turns out he's both. One minute we're talking about what's out the window, the next minute we're listening to him perform for us. He does impressions. Suddenly I'm intrigued. I'm at the bottom of a well. It actually sounds like he is. It's dark down here and I'm hungry. Can you drop me down a sandwich, please? Shelley, Chris, and Molly are cracking up. I'm still observing, but starting to warm up. He does a French taxicab driver and an obese German tourist, Helmut von Stauffenberger. I laugh, but only a little. He takes us out to lunch at what turns out to be a transvestite bar in the Tenderloin. I'm the last one to catch on. I sincerely thought our waitress with the big hair, makeup, and breasts was a beautiful woman, despite her Adam's apple, 5 o'clock shadow, and enormous feet. It seemed to me like these men were going through a lot of trouble just to play dress up. I imagine there was a cafe down the street for guys who like to play firemen, and maybe another bar around the corner for grown-ups who like to pretend they're race car drivers or ballerinas. God, I love this city. Even its name, San Francisco, Dad says, pulling to a stop with a view of the Golden Gate Bridge. It sounds as crisp as that layer of fog hovering over the bay. Let's take some pictures. He takes lots of pictures. When we get back in the car, he calls us his little Brussels sprouts and then makes up nicknames for each of us on the spot. Seaside Shelley, Crisscross Bross, Tim Tom Tiger Bomb, and for Molly, the Blonde Bombshell. He has a funny way of purposefully misunderstanding certain things we say. For example, when Chris tells him, the mascot got stolen from our school, his reply was, your ass got swollen at school? Was it a bee sting? Even I had to laugh at that one. He may be a kidnapper, but he has a way with words. I'm warming up to him more quickly now. It's an enlightening first day. As I lay in bed waiting to fall asleep, I start to feel good about getting to know my real father. This man gave me his name as if to stamp his mark on me from the moment of birth. Half his genes are flowing through me. We both do imitations. I'll probably be like him when I grow up. I'm not cold and heartless like John. I'm more like my dad, who makes silly faces and talks in accents to make us laugh. I need to observe him carefully during the rest of the visit. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's observation. By studying him, I'll be learning about myself as well. The second day of his visit is just as eventful. He takes us to Fisherman's Wharf, Alcatraz, and the Japanese tea garden. We have an honest-to-God tickle fight in his hotel room. After dinner, we wander around like tourists and end up at Crissy Field watching people fly kites. Molly chases one down as it crashes into the grass and promptly gets tangled up in the string. The person flying the kite doesn't seem to mind because my little sister is irresistibly cute. Dad takes another roughly 1,000 pictures of his precious daughter. There's a little picture in the book of that. You have another nickname now. In addition to the Blonde Bombshell, I shall also call you Dangerous. On the way home, he detours so he can take in more of this city. This happens to be my favorite city in the whole world. Then move here, we say. You could live closer to us. I have to live near Boston, near my job. Boston is my hub. If I could live here, believe me, I would. How far is Boston? A short plane trip, 3,000 miles. There's nothing short about that distance to my little brain. Tomorrow will be the last day I have to complete my studies. Who knows how long it'll be before I see him again. After 1.5 days, I've become his #1 fan, the adoring son percolating with Papa pride. I fall asleep, already starting to miss my father before he's even gone. Just having a meal with my dad is such a stark contrast to eating with John. With my dad, we can talk and relax. With John, I have to say nothing and think about keeping out of his arm's reach. That way, if there's a sudden burst of anger, he can't reach the side of my head. Why don't we stop here today, Robin says. My eyes are slow to open. I've been motor mouthing, haven't I? You've been recalling a lot. I'm getting some good insights into your past, and I respect your honesty. We're just out of time. I'm already looking forward to our next session. We'll pick up where we left off today, okay? Okay, I'll see you next week. I stand and stretch. Same bat time, same bat channel. Even as the words escape my mouth, I regret saying them. I'm not into Batman, although I do look good in tights. Great, now she's going to totally psychoanalyze me completely wrong. Thanks for tuning in. I'm really glad you guys tune in for this, even though you should just buy the book by now. I'll see you next time on another edition of Page Turning Tuesdays with Tom.